Hello, welcome back to my quest as a teacher. I'm Adriana and I need some water. Stay hydrated. Thank you guys so much for following along with my journey. Thanks for all your advice on my last episode. So speaking of you guys talking to me and giving me some advice, that's one of my favorite things about this is the community that you guys provide, the advice that you guys give. I really love looking into my comments, and some of you guys have channels and your own videos, so I check them out. One of those people is Miss Educator. She commented on my last video, my first video, and she did a teacher's tag on her video. By the way, she'll be linked below. But I decided that I should do that because you really don't know much about me besides the little bit that I said in my first classroom setup video. Speaking of that video, I will be posting the other one, not next week, but the next, so toward the middle of July. By the time I get it edited and out to you guys, I took a lot of notes and reflections from that video, so hopefully the second classroom setup will be even better. There's also going to be a little bit of classroom prep thrown into there too that I've done here home by myself. I'll share that with you guys. Look forward to that. I've got my laptop in my lap, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm just looking at the next question. I'm putting a little bit of notes so that I don't ramble too much. I'm pretty bad about that. So let's just jump right into it. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you like some more sit-down videos before school starts, if you want to get to know me better. Question number 1 is, how long have you been teaching, what grades, and a little bit of background. I have not been teaching really long. It's kind of a complicated question. I graduated December 2019 with my bachelor's, and I think it was specifically December 14th. And then that next weekend, I had my interview, and then the next week, I started teaching a 6th and 7th grade math position. So I literally just jumped right into it. I got so lucky. I am so beyond blessed for my job. It's the perfect position, perfect community. But as far as some other grades I've had experience in, I student taught in 3rd grade and in kindergarten. I've worked a lot in 4th grade. I've not been in 2nd grade. So technically, I've only been teaching for 3 months. But that's just because of all the things that's gone on with the world these days. If the world hadn't kind of shut down, then I would have been teaching from January to the end of the year in May/June. So to make things a little bit easier, since I've technically only had my own classroom for about 3 months before school ended, I'm going to say that this is going to be my first year teaching, my first full year teaching. Just to keep it simple. Hopefully that I made that clear. Question number 2 is, what grade do you teach? I kind of already answered that. I teach 6th and 7th grade math. I have one 6th grade class, so we split the 6th grade with another teacher. And then I have the entire 7th grade. Question number 3 is, where do you teach? I have taught both in Tennessee and in Virginia. Now, I do believe some people are telling the city and everything, but that worries me a bit, and I kind of want to keep it a little more private, so I will just give the state. Hopefully that doesn't bother you. Same thing for the next one, the school mascot. I'm not going to give you that information either, just because Virginia is a smaller state, and I would hate for anybody to kind of pinpoint what school I'm at, and any drama come from anything. Plus, my administrators do know that I have a YouTube channel, but I have assured them the privacy of the school and everything. So I'm just being extra careful to make sure I don't get in any type of trouble. That brings us to question number 5. How many students are in your classroom? I can only speak for the past year that got cut short. I had a small 6th grade class. We had 18 students in there. And I had 2 very large, because like I said, I am and was the only 7th grade math teacher. So I had 30 students in my room. At one point, we didn't even have enough desks, but we got that figured out really quickly and got enough desks for them. So 30 was a challenge, but 30 7th grade students were in my class. And I had 2 classes, total of 60 7th grade students and 18 6th grade students. Woo. Up next is question number 6. What is your ideal classroom size? So when I student taught in 3rd grade, I had 15 beautiful little 3rd graders, and it was just perfect. I don't know what it was about that number, but like centers were just great. We were able to pull them, work one-on-one very good. It was very manageable. I don't know what it was, but to me, 15 students would be amazing, and I might just get that because of the world today. We are splitting our classes into 2 groups, A and B, so I might get a smaller class like that. We never know. Only time will tell. If you want to know more about my student teaching experiences, I would love to do a video about that, but I want to make sure that it's something that you guys actually want to see. So make sure you like that video and comment down below if you want to know about my student teaching experience. I know personally, when I was in college and I was about to be student teaching, I wanted to know what it was like. Like, I got so anxious about it, so I watched a lot of videos where people described their student teaching experience. On to the next question. Question number 7 is a bit of an oddball. It is, what is your favorite Starbucks drink? I don't have a Starbucks around me. I have a McDonald's and I have a McDonald's. So I usually do coffee at home, but whenever I don't do coffee at home, I get the caramel frappe from McDonald's. I hate all other coffee from McDonald's. Hate it. It's disgusting. I don't know what they do, but it's not good. So, caramel frappe. Not even a mocha frappe. Caramel frappe. Question number 8. What is your favorite online resource? This one was a bit tricky for me, so I really had to think. Actually, the county that I teach for has their own kind of online resources and curriculum framework that really breaks down the standards, which, oh, I need so much. But of course, I love TPT. You just have to be careful on there and really look through it, because I think the worst mistake you can make is not looking over your materials completely and giving the students that something that frustrates them, or something they're not prepared for, or something that's not rigorous enough for the standard that they should be on, if that makes sense. And yes, I have made that mistake, so I learned the hard way. Question number 9 out of 11, so we're almost done. Like the video if you're still in there. I'm sorry, what? Drake, stop. Question number 9 out of 11, we're almost done. Give the video a thumbs up if you're still in there. Thank you so much. It means so much. Number 9 is, describe your perfect classroom. Oh my gosh. Where to begin? I think the perfect classroom is just about relationships. And it's just a classroom where you have the time and the resources and the ability to like sit with the student and be with them one-on-one and build those relationships and laugh and just see them learn and grow exponentially. I think it's like, oh, that's such a hard question. I know there's so many times that like I've just wished that I could do more, but you know, we're only humans ourselves, and especially if you're a new teacher like me, you know, you're still learning the ropes yourself. But that's I guess what the perfect classroom would be, just like me having enough time, enough energy, and enough resources and space and everything, just enough of everything to be with every student the way that I want to. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm not describing that well. The next question I'll go ahead and jump into. It's question number 10, because they kind of correlate. But what is your favorite part about teaching? My favorite part about teaching, hands down, is the building relationships with students and watching them grow. Like watching, because when you first get a 6th grader, they're not a 6th grader yet, they're 5th graders. And just watching them grow and become more independent and get closer to you, you get to where you can kind of look at them and know how they're feeling, know they're frustrated, know what's wrong with them. I've received letters from students where they're like, I didn't feel like I have anyone, and now I feel like I have you. And like, that's it for me. I had a hard childhood myself, and I know that children go through so much, and it's so unfair, and just building that relationship with them and teaching them the skills to get through that, holding their hand, being there for them, building those relationships, and watching them grow is my favorite part, hands down. Number 11, what is your least favorite part about teaching? I really like this question because I feel like we don't talk about that a lot. We usually try to be positive. I know I definitely want to be positive, but I think you should also be real. Which is, by the way, why I'm like this. I just got done working out. It's summertime, and I'm not about to fix my hair and put my makeup on if I don't have to. I want to be here and be real for you guys. But back to the question, my least favorite part about teaching, the easy answer is just the stuff you don't know you have to do as a teacher. Like, I had this idea built up in my head about what teaching was, what it truly was. And then you get in there and you're like, oh my gosh, you do so much more as a teacher than teaching. Like, you do busy work, you do paperwork. And it's like, how do I have time for this? You know? You know. But the deeper answer to that is just like emotional. Like, taking that stuff home is so incredibly difficult. Like, there's been times in just the small amount of time that I've taught that I just come home and, like, I'll just hang on something I did wrong. And I know I'm working on this. I know I shouldn't do this to myself by any means. But I'll just be like, today, student A was trying to ask me this question. And for whatever reason, I was frustrated. I was rushed. Like, frustrated is not a good word. But, like, I just felt rushed. And there was 30 other things I needed to do. And 30 other students, literally, that needed my help. And I should have spent more time on that question. Like, I shouldn't have been so short with them. And I know it's ridiculous to think that way. And I really don't know if the student lingers on that in a lot or not. But like I've told you, relationships with my students mean a lot to me. So I bring that home. And then during the shutdown of the world, like, every night I wonder how some of my students who I know are having it rough right now, I wonder how they are. And it breaks my heart that they can't come to school every day and they can't get fed every day and they can't seek advice of myself and the other teachers that they love and that care about them. That's my least favorite part. Question number 12, the final question. You guys are awesome. If you're still here, I know I get a little off topic sometimes. Advice for beginner teachers or someone who wants to become a teacher. First of all, if you want to become a teacher and you have the heart for it, and you're not doing it because you think it's an easy job with summers off, you're doing it because you love it, just keep going. Just keep going. You're going to do great. Someone once told me that as long as you care, that you're being a good teacher. And I remind myself of that frequently. So just remind yourself of how much you care and just push through it. Get the college done, and I promise you'll love it. As far as beginner teachers, I really don't know why you would listen to my advice because I'm also a beginner teacher. But the one thing that I have learned, there's a few things, but what I would like to send away with you is to just be easy on yourself. I have this huge idea of what I want my classroom to be, but I can't just jump in and have that, whether it be because of money, because of time, because of lack of experience. I've literally tried things that sounded perfect in my mind and they don't work in the real classroom, or at least in that group of students that I had at that time. Maybe they'll work this next year. That's the thing. Every group's different. The last piece of advice I would like to leave with beginner teachers is don't reinvent the wheel. Sometimes the things that have already been done are excellent. And sometimes, even though you want to use that creativity and you want to make it more engaging, do that when you can. But if you're overwhelmed and you're exhausted, don't reinvent the wheel. Use what's given to you. Use your resources. If you've made it to the end of the video, you must really want to get to know me. So make sure you comment down below and tell me something about yourself. Tell me something that surprised you that I said. Answer some of the questions. Have a conversation with me. I've got a couple video ideas that I'm working on, but I want to know if you guys want to hear it. They're going to be sit-down videos, except for the classroom setup video, which is coming. Do you need interview tips since the new school year started? Or portfolio? Or both? Because they kind of go hand in hand. Make sure that you like this video because that helps channels so much. And I want to grow and reach more people so I can get more advice and so I can help more people. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And click that bell. Thank you for following along on my quest to become the best teacher that I can be. I wish you good luck on your quest as a teacher. Have a wonderful week.